Hi everybody, Heidi here, the Yorkshire Crafter. How are you doing? I hope you're well. As you can tell, I changed my mat. But I'm going to just put my blender. I have these all over side here. But I just haven't took this one off yet. For when I'm doing my stones, when I'm painting stones. Right, how are you doing? It's good to see you again. Lots of new faces. I wish I could see you. Right. We're going today Inkylicious. We haven't done, well we did, I do an Inkylicious each week if I can. So, and I know you guys love Inkylicious, so thought it's time to get another one ready. Right. I'm doing something with a stencil, like, I don't normally use stencils like this, but I've had this ages. This is called, wait a minute. I did just do something with that one and it didn't, what I wanted to do didn't really work. This is called Clamshell. I'm wondering, because I don't know if it comes with these two bits. I can't remember. If it does, I've lost mine. Anyway, we'll manage, we'll get by without it. So I'm using Pink Fog Super Smooth for the base and for the panel, and some Craft for matte and layer. And I am going to, this panel is going to be cut down by 1/4 inch when we're finished. So it'd be nice if it were quite central. 1/4 inch, it's going to be tight. 1/8 inch off each side, but it is what it is. I promised you guys that because you all bought the beach ones when I did the beach scene, I promised you all I'd do it so you weren't wasting your money. I'd make you some more, you know, doing them different. I'm actually just trying to make sure it's all for when I cut it down. Yeah, I just I said I would do it, so this is me keeping to my promise, although it be oh, it's a while in it since we did the beach ones. I mean, was it beginning? It was just before I went on an holiday last year, but I don't know, or was it year before? Gosh, I tell you, things have just gone crazy, haven't they? Everything's just, wow, so much is happening. Right, we're down. I should have put it straight on my paper, but it's right. Now, we're going to have a bit of sky, we're going to have a bit of sand, and we're going to use the waves again. Pretty much the same as, only I've learnt more things since then, and you'll have learnt more since then. I am going to have to put it on the wonk, because ideally I'd like my sky to be quite straight. So if we just go, yikes, I can't see. It's really putting me off it being wonky. Tell you what, just move that a minute. Is that light bothering anybody? It's too late, you can't tell me, can you? Here I go. I am normally set up better than this. Well, we'll go with this and then it can just be cut round, can't it? I am so sorry about that. I wonder if it'll work that way. Does that get rid of it for you? I remember now why I changed my other mat, and that was why. I'll put a big one of these down permanently. Right, let's do the sky. That looks straightish. Let's go with it. Right, I'm going to use some Memento inks and Inkulicious brushes. We're not doing any special blending of any kind. We're going in with the sky just to give it a coating. Tell you what I do need. That'll stop me, well it will if I take that off. Stop me from moving about, won't it? So a bit of blue. Not special, like I say. A bit here and a bit there. Where's my lid? And we'll use a bit of Bahama Blue. I'm just going to use the same brush. I haven't got enough brushes yet. I don't think this is the blue that I wanted anyway. It'll do. Should have smoothed that off first. There we go. I feel like I spelt my sky already. But we're going with it. It's a bit darker than I wanted, but never mind. It's just the Cornwall beach, nice and bright. That's what we like. I'm now going to take that off. It's right, is that? And I'm going to put it there for the sea. But before we do the sea, this is one of my old brushes. The new Inkulicious brushes have white bristles, which I think is amazing because you can see what you're doing, you can see what's on it. I'm just going to make sure this has got my brown on. Now then, I don't think I'd have used that. Let's go to one of my brushes. This is Desert Sand. Now I just want, I don't want a spot on line. I just want it to go across. But I'd like it to be in that bit of the shell. Just at, like halfway. So if I get a place at this side, I'm not pressing hard because I don't want big brush marks out. Yeah, that's better. It's better than doing a big hard. Oops. And it's quite level. I'm going to use some Toffee Crunch, I think. This is quite dark up to what I've just used. Oh, that's layering up lovely with that. I'm really not pressing on hard at all. I'm just letting the brush do its thing. I promised myself every month I'll put an order in for these brushes, for the Inkulicious brushes. And this month I overspent with other stuff, so I didn't get to put any in this month. Gutting really. And the last little bit for the sand, I've got a load of inks here in front of me. I'm going to put some rich cocoa. It all looks better as well when it's dried, does the ink, always. I mean, not all inks do that, but this definitely does. It's a bit of sand. I am going to try in a bit of peanut brittle. I've not put it in a beach. Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. It might give it a bit more of a golden look. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh wow. I think my beach normally looks, well, just looks like a beach that you see in England, but that gives it a bit more of a, oh, I like that colour in it. All right, Heidi, don't get carried away. We know, we know. Oh, that's lovely. I like that. I'll use that in future on it. Right, I'll just wipe them off because we're going to go blues again. Now we are going to bring the blue. This is not wanting to stick because it's sticking onto wet ink. Otherwise it'd stick absolutely fine. It's just sticking up. Let's try with a fresh piece. Don't really want it coming up while we're blending. As near to the line as you can get, but don't come below the line because you will leave an horrible white mark. Oh, that's going to do it. Right, so I'm just going to use, let's have a look what brush I've got. Nautical blue. Teal. Oh yeah, I did a naughty. I did two different random blues there. So let's come in with, oh, I'm going to use my Summer Sky brush. And I think I'm going to use Danube blue. Let's have a look. I'm only putting a light coating anyway to start off with. Down into your beach. Don't know why that's not sticking. It must be to do with the wet ink because I don't normally have a problem. Doesn't matter. We're not bothered. So into your sand, because that is what it looks like, isn't it? I don't want an even blend. I don't want a blotchy blend, but I don't want to even. Let's go nautical blue. Go nautical blue, and I'm going to use Evergreen Bow because the colour that I did want, I don't even have in Distress Ink, and the teal zeal was too dark for what I wanted. Because I've messed about with them on paper, but it weren't doing what I wanted to do. What colour was that? What colour was it? Nautical blue. I'm going to say I've got a brush for that. So this is a bit darker. It's funny because I've done a few beachy things, haven't I? But I'm doing this totally different again. I just got the, well, not long ago, got the deck chairs and brolly. And I was going to bring them into it, but I didn't realise how big a stamp that was. So I'm not bringing it in today, but yeah, I look forward to using that one. So I'm okay with that. Let me put me, that's that one. I don't want to mix them up. I'm just very fussy with these brushes for some reason. But I'm going to use the evergreen bow and just give it that bit of green, otherwise it's just going to look like the sky pretty much, isn't it? So I'm going to bring a bit of this green into it. Oh no. My fault. That's what happens when your card's the same size as the stencil. Really can't afford to be not to be fitting. That looks good to me. Just a little bit left. That looks good to me. Right, keep hold of it. So I'm just running some of this green through. Put it in different places. There, that looks good. It will look better yet. I promises you. I did want to just use a bit of light blue. Let me just use this brush a minute. Oh, yeah, that's lightened that. Where the blue is, it's lightened that up a bit. Oh, definitely. Right, I'm ready. Glad I did that little touch. Right, I'm going to heat dry it a minute. It is going to probably lift the mask all the way around because that's what the heat does to them. It doesn't have to be overly dry because we're going to put powder on, but we'll be able to just brush off what we don't want to use anyway, so it's not a problem. Right, I'm just making sure. I won't do that again, I'll use a bigger piece in future. We'll go with that, I think. Right, so the stamps we're going to use, using a bit out of both of them, I'm going to use this bit of beach, this bit of wave. Look, I cleaned it, you can see through it. I'm going to use my Versamart. Look, you can tell I've had alcohol out, can't you? I cleaned that as well. So I'm just going to ink it up. I'm not inking all the way back because I don't want it all. And I'm just going to... You don't have to do that. Like I say, you can just wipe off what you don't want, but I'm going to hold it like this because I can't twist my work. And I'm going to put it like that, actually, the right way around. And I just want it to come over the front here. So you've got a bit of sand in it and you've got a bit of blue in it. And it's going straight across. So I want it there. I'm going to use, what we're going to use? We're going to use super fine detail embossing powder from Ranger. 2 ml. Now, I can see from the side, you probably won't be able to see. I can't see it yet because I haven't looked, but I should be able to see from the side. Let me just put this away. So this was the Shoreline stamp set. I'm going to use the back waves out of this one. It comes in 2 pieces, this one. So if I take a look at my picture, 1 second, I should be able to see where the last lot were touching, so I can see it's here. So I want this around here, and I'll take some of that powder off because it is going to touch. So I want that there. Now, I should have enough just on edge here to put that down, to bring some coming in from that side, and to bring some coming in from that side. So now we'll heat it up. We'll put the powder on and we'll see what we want to remove. I love that bit, absolutely love it. And this one is called Wave Stamp Set. Right, so we'll take the powder. Now this time all this can come off, because otherwise you're going to get that all powdered up. I don't look too bad. I don't look bad at all actually. So we want the waves. Oh, I did go, oops, I did go off there, look. It doesn't matter because we're going to try and 3D it a bit anyway. It's my favourite thing to do right now, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of powder I want off there, so let me just clean this up. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's embossing powder, and I've got it on here. It's why I throw my paper away all the time, and it makes me cringe. I know I tell you every time, because people keep asking me why I throw the paper away when I've done it. That's why. So I'm just going to get an old little brush. I mean, you don't have to even take this off. It will look like part of the waves, you know, when they get all frothy. But I'm just a bit of a... I want it off. I'm not going to take all that off. Actually, I didn't want that off. There you go. Put it back on, it's not a problem. Not as much, but it's on. Right, where do I want it off? I want it off here. I want it. See, it will show, it'll definitely show the white dots, white speckles of it, and I don't want it all plastered in the white embossing powder. One of the reasons being, we're going to put a boat in it somewhere, and I won't be able to stamp over the top of the embossing powder. So there is method to my madness, if that's how they say it. Sure, that's what it is. I don't know if I'm putting one on the line there, but just in case I do, I'd rather... Right, I think we can sort of get away with that. I definitely want it clear under that. So you get the idea. You take off as much as you want off. I wish I'd left more in there now, but it's okay. I think that'll do. So we'll heat that up. How nice is that? Looks so different, doesn't it? So you see what I mean? If you leave the white, you're going to get all these speckles everywhere. But on the ear, you can get away with it. And a lot of projects you do, you ain't getting away with that. So that's where you would have dried it. You would have used your anti-static brush. You'd have done everything you could to stop it sticking. Right. Oh gosh. I can't be the only one that bothers. Get some paper up. Now I'm going to use some nautical blue and some Bahama blue and some, now then, didn't know what colour to go for then. I think I'm going to actually use, I'm going to use gathered twigs. Let's see what happens with that. I've never done this bit with gathered twigs before. So I want a nice little brush. I'm using my Nick Pro. Is it 0, that one? Yeah, 0. And I'm getting a little bit of water. I'm only doing it lightly first, just so that I don't overdo it. Can you see what I'm doing? You can't, can you? Let me just... Yikes. Let me just push that back. I can't move it over because it's attached to the table. I'll tell you what. I'll put the brown here. I'm trying to look to see what you can see. You still can't see. Now you can. So I'm getting a bit of water and I'm just taking a bit of the brown and I'm going to water it down till I don't want it to be too dark to start with. Now I did think about doing it in blue and now I still don't know what to do because I don't ever like that brown. Let's have a look. Let's try the blue. Go in the lighter blue first so that I can always darken it up. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm actually going to go with the darker blue. I'm just putting it in between them wavy bits, just so when the water's going back, I don't know what I think of it in blue. Oh, what am I doing? Just water it down a bit more. And I can always come back. That'll lighten anyway. Not worried about it that way. So when your water goes back, it always leaves that mark, doesn't it? But I'm thinking maybe I should have gone brown. Actually, do you know what? I suppose it depends which sea you're at. Because if you went to the likes of Blackpool, you'd probably see brown. But if you were somewhere Mind you, if you went to Blackpool, you wouldn't see a sea like that. If you went somewhere nice and warm, it'd probably leave the blue going back. Do you know, I don't go to the beach, so I've never took no notice. The only thing I do at beach is take doggies. And then we can only do it in Cornwall, because they're fussy up here. So, can you see what I mean? How it goes into your sand, you lose the colour, so to come back in, put some bits in here so it's all, that looks like it's all shady as well. And if it, like there, it's stuck to the white there, obviously, because it's touching it, but it'll just lift straight off because you've embossed it. I missed quite a bit here. I'm not thrilled with that. We could put some white in, I suppose. So I'll put some, just random, not doing out special. We'll just do this one and we'll leave this a minute. Really not sure which would have been better, blue or brown. I should have done two. I should have practiced. It's right. I mean, I've done it before, haven't I? And I think I used brown. Right, now I'm going to get it a little bit darker. And I'm going to come underneath the waves to give a more realistic look, which you will probably have to repeat a couple of times. And you want this dark. I'm just trying to thin it out into the light a bit. So you've seen me do all this before, but so it's a while ago. So what's on my brush, I'm just letting it come out on its own. Use the dark there and then spread it out. And it'll just naturally blend into water. I'll tell you what I didn't do. I'm going to do it now before we get any further. I'm going to wet my brush. This was a big part when I did, even when I did the reflections, I did this. And it just gives that proper water look. So I've wet the brush. Oh, I needed my stencil to stay on, just in case I take any ink off. Let's just do it like that. Yeah, look what I did. You live and learn. I'm going to need to do it in the middle, really. So do this before you do your embossing. And it just gives a total different look again. I think that could be my postman. Parcels for me? Never. There you go. That's all that needed. What a difference. It dries amazing. It dries so different. So we'll carry on with the waves. I knew it didn't look right. I knew there was something missing. Bring it out into them waves that we've just put in with your white, with your water. Inkulicious do a, I said do. They do oh, got confusing. A stamp that gives you this look. Excuse me, I didn't get it out. I should have got it out. I'll have to tell you now, I've just said that. It was Michelle Reeves messaged me. Well, put a comment on one of the videos that I did not long ago. In fact, it was the Inkulicious one with the big butterfly. And she says, doo-doo, haha, because it's a standing joke for us all, isn't it? You said doo-doo. And the message says, she just put doo-doo, haha. And the message system or whatever it is says, do you want to translate doo-doo? It proper made me chuckle. I was laid in bed reading it and honestly I proper chuckled. No, I don't want to translate doo-doo. Oh, I don't know. It's the little things. There you go. You've got a wave now. With depth. So it definitely makes a difference. And you're just going to do the same with these. Easier because they're smaller. You just do a couple of layers underneath it. Makes a big difference. I mean, I actually did my own waves, didn't I? I should have done this to them. It's easy when you've got a stamp. I think I've touched that ink, so I'm just going to lay that over it a minute. Trying not to get it on my picture. We're going to put some brown here, so where I've come off, I'm not overly worried. And I'm just going to wet my brush and I'm just going to drag them out a little bit. It doesn't move far, but it just gives you enough of a, to make it look like it's not just stopped dead, if that makes sense. I love it. It's cards like this when I know I'm going to get a good result anyway, because the stamp does it for you really. But it's cards like this where I could just sit all day doing these. Well, I don't sit, do I? I stand, but you know what I mean. See how that's dried now? Big difference. Might just be enough on my brush to do these bits here. There we go. Well, it makes a big difference, doesn't it? It really does. But I'm never happy, am I? I just want a little bit more on this one here. Just want it a little bit darker. Just in the wavy bit. There we go. Time to stop, Heidi. I'm doing that bit because I ran out, didn't I? There we go. Right. I definitely think that should have been brown, but do you know what? By the time we're finished, you won't notice it. I'm happy with what we've done so far. So let's give this a clean. We're nearly done. Nice quick video for me. There we go. That's the joys of having a glass mat. Easy clean. Right then, I think, shall we just give it a quick blast before we do this next bit? Just make sure that's not hot because we are taking the other mask Now then, this is where I needed these, so I'm going to have to work some out with my hand. I'm a bit lost as to what colour to use. Let's try a bit of... Don't know if it might be too harsh to start with. So I'm just going to sit it on, and like we did with the masking tape, I don't want it a little bit off because you're just going to have that white line. So if anything, you want it touching. You want to be able to see a little bit of what you're working on, your shell. So that looks okay to me. Now, I'll probably keep moving it, but I'm just going to try and give it a bit of a... It's this that I'm not happy with. I was using this when I did my other one last time. I don't want it massively dark, and I don't want to use it as a wet ink, which I nearly was going to do. So I just want to get, I mean, just a little bit more than that would be absolutely fine. So if I put my ink on here, I can just drag it off here. Since doing my bauble ones at Christmas, this has become one of my favourite things to do. And watching you guys do it absolutely blows my mind. You make me dead proud. Or you might see that because I'm not going to be doing it that dark up here. Oh well. We all make mistakes. Now obviously I don't want to go all the way up because the shade's just going to be here and around here. So I'm giving it its little bit, and then I'm going to come a little bit darker just so that it looks like it is floating kind of thing. But I'm only going to go as far as there for floating. So we can always add some. Now I'm pulling the ink off the top now and just pushing it over edge. We've done the light bit, and now we're literally just giving it a defined line, if you like. Not that defined, Heidi, that was too dark. You do need a little brush for it. So, without moving it properly, that's the idea. It definitely needs darkening up in some places. And then just coming down here. It's one of those where you can just la-di-da and just take your time. Obviously mine would be a lot neater if I took my time more, but you guys don't want to be here that long. Even I know that. Now I am going to turn it because otherwise all you're going to see is my arm shaking. So I'm going to have it coming across the bottom and just up here a little bit. I keep wheezing. Can you hear that? I hope it's not annoying. I don't know why I'm wheezing. Just taking a bit of that ink off there. Waste not, want that. Let's have a look. It may need a few more layers. I'll get this bit done and then I'll take it off and have a proper look at it. So I'm just going to come to this side here and that's it. Obviously I'm going to somehow have to do these, but I don't have the things. Like I say, it could well come with them, but it may not. I'm not sure, so I'm not saying either way. Right, let's have a look at what we've got. Oh, I've come right out on that side, haven't I? I can't make my mind up. What I do want, let's clean that a minute. Don't know if this will work, like, but no, it won't, will it? I want to cover that. Oh, wait a minute. Will that do it? Hey, we might get away with that. Let's try it. Hey, hold your breath. It might work. It looks okay. I went on there a bit too much, like, but that'll do. Let's see what this does. It's not the best, but it's not bad. And just this one here. Needed a better brush. How are we using this brush, wasn't I? Now, if it had gone round like this doing it, by just brushing it off the edge, that would have been better, I think. Too far, right? That's all right, we can cover that. That's okay. I think that looks okay. I'm just going to do one last bit here. It's not been the best colour to do it with. But I'm just going to see if I brushed it off, would I have got an even... I think that'd have worked, so you guys do it like this and just brush it off. I think you're going to get a more natural look. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, what a difference. I want to do it again now. Oh, I want to do it again. It gives it a more faded look. If you can see that coming off edge there. That's quite nice. I'll just do it up to that bit where I've just done here, and then I'll leave it. How nice that looks when you've done it like that. I love it. Right, shame about this, but it is what it is. We're done. Ish. It's somewhat different, and if I did it again, I'd know better now as well, so it's probably not my best piece of work, is it? But I'm not complaining. Just grateful to be able to play. Right. Now, a sentiment for me right now, to cover that up, it'd look nice there, but I'm not going there. Oh no, I haven't finished. Now then, I want to do this, but I forgot to put my sun in, didn't I? So I don't want a shadow. Do I want a shadow? I'm going to use this one. This card's just not gone anywhere that I want it, has it? Let's take... Now, I'm putting that there for the simple reason I want it to look like it's in the wave. But if I put it on the white, tell you what, it's going to not wipe off very good. Let's do it a bit like that. I can always fill in a little bit of black, can't I? Let's try it like this. So, put you there. I'm putting the bottom of his boat onto the paper. And I'm hoping that's straight. In fact, I think I've just smudged it. Oh, this is going so well. Oh, I did. I just caught it, look. So he looks like he's in the wave. Cool. It worked. Yay. We can do this. I've had these so long and not used them. I don't know. Shall I put that other one up there? I like that one there now. I could put that up there and not have it in, you know, not have the shadow. Oh, let's do it. Why not? We've already messed it up. I'm going to put that there. And this should stop the shadow from appearing. That'll do. It's a little bit off, but I can just add a black line. I'm not bothered about that. That looks okay. I'm happy with that. Right, let's put the sentiment on. Now, I don't have any beach ones, but I know Inkelicious do them. I should have got some. Now, I'm not happy with this corner. What I wanted to do was put thank you there on the beach. But I'm not happy with that corner, so... two small words that mean so much thank you. Let's have a look. If I was to put that there, does that look out of place? Yeah, it looks out of place there. So it's going to go into a craft card base. Don't forget I'm cutting it down. I'll tell you what, let me just cut it down. Nearly forgot. Might as well do that now. 1 second. Well remembered, thanks guys. So it is going to go onto a craft and then onto a white. I'm just wondering if I do the thank you there. Actually, do you know what? Let's just go with what I planned. Can't have every card working out, can we? I'm sorry if you've watched it all this way and then it's just not what we wanted, is it? I've used fallen leaves just because it's going on beach. Let's do it. Am I disappointed with myself now? Oh well. That looks okay. Could have put some footprints on. Did I just say if you don't have the 2 seconds, I'll show you. If you don't have the beach one, if you have this one, which doesn't have the footprints in like this one does, there is this, which will obviously cover you for Santa and stuff in snow as well. But yeah, it has it there. So there is that. Now then, I'm just thinking then after seeing those stars, I'm not going to do it now, but what about off camera, because this is on my other one as well. What about I cut some stars and just put them up this corner here, because I really don't like that corner. Shall I do that? I could put a couple around here as well. Do you know what? I'll do that. So all I'm going to do is stamp them and fussy cut them. So you know what it is. And I'll pop them up on a pad. No point me doing it now because we're doing a short video and it's already an hour in. So I'm just going to quickly cover that up. And cover that up. I'm going to take the gathered twigs and a little bit of water and my fan brush, and I'm going to put the dots on the beach. She says, hey, I tell you, I need to go back to bed today, mate. It's supposed to be dark pebbles. I didn't put enough dark ink on. Come on, get on my brush. That's better. Anyway, that's that. And where's the white? The white ink as well. It's going to have some little white shells on. You see them all when you're on the beach and you see these little white bits and these little brown bits. So I'm just putting some white on the beach. That'll do. Right, guys. I wish I had a Blue Peter moment, but I don't because I didn't do it before. And this is what you end up with. So I won't mat and layer it, but I'll just put it together and show you because I want them to dry. But when I do the photo, I've just shown you how I'm going to mat and layer it anyway. So this is how it'll be. I like the beach with them on. Just need a bit of darker brown. There. That's how it'll be, and I'll put, excuse me, I'll put the little shells around here, because I'm happy with the rest of it. It's fine. It just shows that we can do different stuff, doesn't it? So if I take that off there, there you go. It's not a bad one, is it? Looks okay through here, what you're seeing. Right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and finish it off, and then I'll stick some photos up. Thank you ever so much for being here. I love you guys. Bye.